All right, so in this video here, I'm going to share with you 3 reasons why you're not scaling at the moment. And if you're moving into 2025 and wondering how you can actually get yourself out there, it's really simple. But you need to understand why, in fact, you're not scaling to begin with. So first things first, the reason why is that no one knows you exist. No one knows that you're there. So if you're relying on word of mouth to continue building the business, yet you've got companies that are just popping up left, right, and center, the naivety that they have knowing that, okay, the attention and the eyeballs are on social media, therefore I'm going to put my business there. I've got no results, I've got no testimonials to show. I've only been in the business for the last month, but you know what? I'm going to put an offer that's so compelling that's going to get in front of the right people who will, I guess, give them the opportunity, first movers advantage to go, I'm going to go work with company B who just started yesterday. The reason being is because they seem to solve a particular problem I have at the moment. Great example is a pool company that we had come on board, this year. So in Sydney, there's a competitive market, at least when it comes to pool builds, renovations, and things like that. And so what we said was, well, looking at the market at the moment, specifically on social media, no one is using Facebook and Instagram ads effectively to get in front of the right audience. And when I mean by that, I'm not necessarily meaning to boost it, like the post that they've boosted and they've got hashtags in the descriptive or copy section. No, people see past it and they move on. But in saying that, if you actually can see that there's no one really pushing some of the strategies that we share, and I'll share with you on it today, it's like, well, let's just get in front of the market. Let Facebook really identify who these target audiences are and just serve it to them. Because front of mind, if you're continuously popping up 1, 2 o'clock in the morning and you're scrolling because you're on the toilet and you're seeing renovation company A all the time, it means that, hey, when it comes to, okay, yeah, I need to get my pool done before summer, I'm going to go with these guys. Yet there's companies out there who are decades old who are fixated on what had worked in the past and not taking real, I guess maybe they're working in the business too much. They didn't realize that social media is where all the attention is. Yeah, they're the ones who are going to get left behind, and it's going to hurt so much. Considering you've got all this credibility behind you locally, you're going to miss the boat. Because once market share is taken, especially online, number one, it's going to be super hard to get that back. And more importantly, number two, it's going to cost a hell of a lot more to try and claim that back once someone has got it. So when I'm going back to reason number one why no one knows you exist, start advertising, start getting yourself in front of the audiences on these largest platforms to then get your foot in the door, to get the ability for you to, yep, I want my pool done. Yes, that offer seems cool, which is $50,000 and above. Great. And also comes with landscaping. So, you know what? The thing is, with referrals and word of mouth, they were also good back in the days, but you can't scale, you can't forecast the business. And more often than not, it's peaking 1 month, completely sparse the next. So if you don't know how much is in the pipeline or can't forecast, I'm going to have 3 meetings that will convert into 1, which means that there's $100,000 worth of revenue in the business. Therefore, I can employ these. You can't do that off word of mouth or referrals. So to solve reason number 1 that no one knows you exist, get out there and start running these ads. Even if, and I did put it down beforehand, even if you are boosting posts, at least number 1, people that follow you will see these posts because Meta wants you to be able to invest in their platform to then get in front of the right eyeballs. And number 2, the algorithm of Facebook is so intense, Meta. It's so phenomenally accurate that it's so easy to run these ads. You get these ads right once, you give Facebook exactly what it needs, and it'll find these people who are looking for pool builds or looking for bathroom renovations or house extensions or granny flats. Your service there will be, will be amplified, but not if you're just relying on word of mouth and referrals. So get out there, test the market, learn how to do it, enhance marketing visibility, and just have a go. Learn how to do it. These skills and these assets that you'll be able to attain knowledge-wise will serve you for many years to come because, social media isn't going anywhere anytime soon. So if you're able to take note of how it all works and position yourself as being the expert in the space, if no one's really pushing advertising in your local area or even in the city or regions that you cover, take market before someone else does it for you. So I know I'm jumping around here, but our client back in February who started with us, they have really ramped up their marketing spend. They really have taken market share. So if anyone is trying to dabble or try to push again, it's going to be super hard because brand has already been built with the community and with the network that they're targeting. And number 2, You're going to have to spend a hell of a lot more than what we're spending at the moment. And I can tell you that they're spending a hell of a lot to make sure no one takes that share. So, yeah, reason number one, no one knows you exist. To solve it, get out there and advertise. Now, the reason number two, marketing efforts in the wrong areas. So this is where I see a lot of our conversations with existing clients who know that social media is where they should be going to, yet they have this fixation on, well, letterbox drops or newsletters or advertising in the local rag. That's all worked for us in the past. Therefore, I'm going to continue doing what has worked in the past. But because these marketing efforts are on traditional forms that aren't, so I love using this example. You know, you've got a billboard that's in front of, let's just say, I don't know, Pittwater Road here in the Northern Beaches. Out of the 100 cars that go past, 90, 95, maybe even 99% of people there don't really care about the service that you offer. So how is that going to be so effective if that one person that you put in front of sees it, but they've gone, okay, too hard basket, next. You got to rely on them driving past that billboard again to then see that advert that's, again, just blasted to people who don't really give a shit. However, with Facebook and Instagram, if you can leverage the algorithm that understands the type of demographic, the characteristics, the avatar of, you know, who resonates with your message, it's going to show more of those people, because it means that, hey, if there's content that's resonating with people that are on the platform, it's going to keep them on that platform. So by changing your marketing efforts, by seeing what is actually coming through, the trends and where the attention is going, the best thing to do is identify and target the right areas and go for it. And at the moment, newsletter drops, mailbox drops, advertising in the local rag like the Manly Daily, they're all very outdated methods that just will not yield a return. Best way to do it, figure out how to run ads on Facebook and Instagram. It is not hard at all. It seriously is something that businesses should be adopting, or at least getting people inside their business like ourselves and consulting and building out these roadmaps which allow people to go, you know what, this is where I need to go. I need to hire people who know what they're doing. I need to base their results on metrics that we can see. For every dollar that comes in, I'm making $2, $3, $4, $5 off the back of it, or better yet, I'm breaking even, because if I'm thinking about it in the long game, that I'm going to get brand awareness, I'm going to get just so many people looking at our business because we solve X problem in the market, then there's a long tail to it. So, I encourage businesses out there to try and take this market, especially here in Australia, because people are still pushing towards the old word of mouth, traditional forms, and it hurts to see. But you have, I guess, more opportunity for businesses who may be that naive to go, you know what, I'm going to put it in front of these people because that's where their attention is. So that is that. Now, I think I touched on this beforehand. It's worked in the past. Why should I change? Encourages innovation and flexibility. And to be fair, a lot of the clients that we speak to, it's primarily due to being too busy. They're too in the trenches, too much on the tools, that they don't have the time to step back and go, okay, where is my market? Like, where's their attention? Are they in the Manly Daily that used to come around once a day, but maybe once a week now? I never see it anymore. Is it in letterbox drops where I drop 100 and no one really cares, or no one really needs a bathroom renovation? Or if they're on Facebook and Instagram or on Meta, and there's hundreds, if not hundreds of thousands of people who see this product that you could potentially serve, and out of that 100,000, that's 10,000 who actually need their bathroom renovations done. So if you're constantly hitting them, continuously, eventually they're going to be like, yeah, you know what, now's the right time. I've learned a lot more. I've seen this many times. I'm going to go with them. So yeah, make sure you're working outside of the sort of confines of being on the tools in the trenches, and keep abreast of what's happening out there in the market. And then last but not least, the third reason, and it sort of ties into the second one, is that you're too fixated on pivoting. Now, what I mean by that is a lot of businesses, they just tend to, whether it's conscious or unconscious, hey, I've got a whole heap of work in front of me right now that's going to serve me for the next month or two. I don't need to care about the next year. Why should I? And because they're fixated on, I guess, the short term and what's in front of them, they forget to figure out, hey, it may all be good and well to have, 25th of October, my pipeline full up until mid-December before everything starts to shut down. So what about the businesses that are targeting January, February, March, the quieter periods of the business, to try and get at least jobs booked for then? Because number one, that you can forecast how much revenue is coming in the business because of what's been closed or accepted jobs. And number two, your team knows that you've got work ready for them to go in the new year, so they can enjoy and relax the festive seasons, the festivities, and then rip into it as soon as you guys come back in mid-January. So by being able to forecast and have the ability to, just book in jobs and book in work, number one, doing all the hard work now, putting in the effort to really build this out is going to pay in the long run, not only with the book jobs that you have, with the revenue that comes in, but the brand positioning and the brand awareness that used to be only gatekept by a lot of companies out there who could afford it. So when you talk about television ads, billboard ads, or even radio ads, the cost of entry to come in and play is in the tens of thousands. You can start running ads for yourself for as little as $10 a day just to figure it out. But at least that $10 is going to get in front of the right people. So again, the barrier of entry is non-existent anymore. The thing though is people who fail to see this, fail to adapt, really get left behind. So if there's one thing I encourage you to do after watching this video is to play around with Facebook and Instagram ads. It's not hard at all. There's no secret sauce behind it. You literally have to follow the bouncing ball. I think where you need to spend most of your time is the strategy behind what is the marketing message you're putting out there? What's the offer that's going to entice people not to buy a product right away, but to take that next step and go, you know what? I'm going to go to that booking page. I'm going to submit my information. And then it's up to you how you respond back to it. So, I think we can speak to this in a little bit more detail, down the track. But most businesses who run ads, they need to have an onboarding system. They need to have a lead nurturing aspect of it. So if you're getting back to your leads in 5 days versus someone who gets back to the leads in 5 minutes, again, you're going to be left behind. So if you can at least tackle the ability of getting in front of the right market first, that's the first thing you need to do. That is the priority of this video. After that, I'll share exactly how we do this with our other clients, where, even if it is at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning and they're on the loo and they've submitted their details, we're still going to shoot off an SMS acknowledging that they've submitted their inquiry. We thank them for it, and we'll have someone to get in touch with them right away. Or, better yet, we give them the option of booking their call with one of our companies or contractors. So, hey, there is so much off the back of this. I think the biggest thing that you need to know is getting out in front of the right people is the most important thing. And by identifying exactly where your market is, i.e. Meta, Facebook, Instagram, you're not going to be left behind. But if you fail to adhere to this and sort of bury your head in the sand and go, you're not too hard basket, I'm going to figure this out later, then don't be surprised if you get left behind by companies who are a lot more ignorant, but have that ignorance is bliss aspect of their business, knowing, hey, I'm going to have a crack at this. I don't know much about social media, but I'm going to give it a go. And I'd hate to see, a company like yours who's been around for so long, decades perhaps, lose out to market. So yeah, hope this video is of value. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. If you have any ideas on what type of content I should create next, again, please let me know in the comment section below. Also, we've got a free school community group down there. So in the link in bio or description, click on that, jump in, ask some questions, give us some context on where your business is at. And, we'll be able to give you some insights as to how to position it best in 2025. So yeah, thanks again for watching the video. And if I don't see you in the school community group, I'll see you in the next video. All right. Thanks, guys.